Imagine waking up every morning feeling a heavy weight on your chest, the weight not of the world, but of expectations that chain you tighter than any lock could ever do. You're told to find a co-founder, a partner who will share the roller coaster, who will lighten the load. But what if that promise has been broken? What if the very thing meant to launch you holds you back? That silent resistance, that creeping doubt, it's no accident. It's the brutal reality so many founders and investors face every single day. The co-founder ideal is sold as the holy grail, someone who will complement your skills, share your vision, and double the fire. But too often it becomes a trap. Mismatched values, conflicting egos, split visions, the sacred bond turns into a battleground. And for those pouring their souls into the startup, this battle can kill the dream faster than any outside competitor. What if the problem is not you, not the dream, but the system everyone believes in? What if there's a better way to build? Something raw, real, and designed for the fierce individual who refuses to dilute their fire with compromise that stifles more than it supports. The truth many are waking up to is that some startups are choosing venture partners over co-founders, and not just as a trend, but as a strategic rebellion against failure's silent script. Why? Because venture partners bring something that founders crave desperately but rarely find: clarity of purpose and a shared hunger without emotional weight. Co-founders can get tangled in ownership, in power struggles, in personal bonds that become bleeding wounds when things go south. Venture partners? They are agreements of energy and value, not feelings and history. They show up with resources, networks, and expertise, but with a cold, deliberate detachment that protects the startup's core vision from distraction. You're investing your time, your sanity, your soul into a venture. Every late night chip away at your reserves. Yet, the co-founder promise holds a hidden cost, one that eats away quietly at your autonomy and vision. Venture partners redefine that exchange. By choosing venture partners, startups safeguard their independence while gaining access to precision support. They form alliances based on mutual respect, clear roles, and relentless focus, not on emotional dependency that often fractures under pressure. Think about the raw power unleashed when 2 or 3 brilliant minds link, not as locked partners tied forever, but as radically sovereign forces choosing to connect because they want to, because it fuels their fire, not because they feel trapped by legal ties or emotional codependence. This is not about running away from collaboration. It's about redefining collaboration at its highest form: selective, strategic, and fiercely independent. Every venture partner relationship is framed around performance and alignment, stripped of the family drama and halting compromise that so often plagues co-founder teams. This means startups can move faster, pivot more sharply, and get brutally honest feedback without fear of burning bridges that once promised eternity. When the stakes are sky high, this level of freedom is life-saving. But how do you find these venture partners? That's where the landscape reveals its true hardness. The system doesn't support this rare breed. Investors chase the crowd, founders chase consensus, and everyone chases what's comfortable. Venture partners embody the edge: those who reject ease, reject noise, and demand essence. They are the few who refuse to settle for a stolen dream, who understand that building something extraordinary means unlearning what's been forced on us for decades. For leaders watching closely, this radical shift signals a new era, one where alignment, not ownership, drives power, where the right connection detonates growth faster than any conventional co-founder pact could. This is about sparking synergy, not reducing human brilliance to contractual shackles. And yes, it's messy and raw. It provokes insecurity. It breaks molds. But at its core, it's liberation. And here's the edge few talk about. Choosing venture partners doesn't mean isolation. It means selective connection. It means weaving a network where brilliance is not diluted but amplified. It's about building a constellation of rare, high-velocity contributors who bring the exact fuel needed at exact times. Not because bonds of blood and fate demand it, but because a burning mission demands precision and unwavering commitment. For investors and venture partners themselves, this mode of collaboration brings unprecedented clarity. Their role is not to babysit or compensate for emotional gaps, but to ignite the startup's potential with resources, wisdom, and networks, then step back with a clear conscience. This detachment is not a lack of care. It's pure respect for autonomy. It protects both the investor's time and the founder's vision, allowing each to operate at full force. The pain so many feel in failed co-founder relationships, trust broken, visions distorted, work divided unevenly, vanishes when roles are redefined and expectations are transparent. Venture partnering kills the us versus them mentality that infiltrates co-founder teams. It empowers each player to be fully themselves without compromise and without sacrifice of the collective goal. No more bear traps disguised as founder dynamics. No more fragile balancing acts. What emerges is a radical new ecosystem, a rebel's playground built upon sovereignty, strategic alliance, and the refusal to accept mediocrity. This is the emancipation of the entrepreneurial spirit trapped in old-fashioned partnerships. But this isn't for the faint-hearted. The venture partner model demands ruthless selection, brutal honesty, and patient cultivation. It requires a willingness to burn old assumptions and boldly redefine what power looks like, away from inherited rules, away from emotional hostage-taking, and toward a practice of freedom that is both personal and professional. Here lies the ultimate truth. The world has no blueprint for this. The ecosystem is still catching up, still clinging to outdated myths about co-founder fairy tales. But amidst this chaos, those who dare to break function as beacons for others trapped in the fog. They build autonomous tribes where individuality is honored, difference is celebrated, and collective power emerges through brutal synergy. For leaders watching from the sidelines, for founders exhausted by betrayals and false promises, and for investors tired of carrying co-founder drama, this choice offers a way out without losing sight of the mission. The mission to create not just another startup, but a revolution in how startup ecosystems operate. It's about unleashing the few exceptional individuals who refuse to play the tired, broken game and instead forge their own path. Every second spent clinging to an outdated co-founder model is a second wasted in a world that punishes hesitation and adores decisiveness. Venture partners are the radical disruptors of the partnership myth. They are the architects of a new deal, one where autonomy and alliance coexist without friction. If you ever felt the silent scream inside that says, there must be a better way to build, to create, to grow, this is it. This isn't just a strategy. It's a movement, born from the pain of failure, fueled by the fire of ambition, and sustained by the relentless pursuit of freedom. Imagine a network where you're connected, not because rules say so, but because every connection stretches you, sharpens you, and sets your fire ablaze. Imagine friendships stripped of power games, investments flowing without emotional hostage-taking, and visions accelerating because every partner lives by the code. Be sovereign, question everything, align with the few who burn as you do, and never, ever settle. This is not fantasy. It's happening now on the edges. It's where venture partners and startups meet, not by fate, but by choice. And it's rewriting the rules of startup collaboration for those hungry enough to claim their space beyond noise and comfort. No more founders trapped by false promises. No more investors caught in drama spirals. Just pure, fierce connection, where the rare thrive and the world bends to their will. The truth is clear. In this new world, venture partners are not just an option. They're the future's winning formula. Choose to be part of it, or watch the old system consume another generation of brilliance. The choice is yours. The fire is burning. The time has come to break the chains and build the future on your own terms.